Discover the rarest and most valuable Canadian coins ever minted, each holding a fascinating piece of history and worth millions today. From hidden minting errors to limited releases featuring Queen Elizabeth II, these coins are more than currency, they're treasures. Join us as we unveil their stories, values, and rarity. The 5-cent coin from Canada, minted in 1961, is more than just a small denomination, it's a rare collector's treasure rooted deeply in history. This particular coin features Queen Elizabeth II during the early years of her reign, showcasing the youthful effigy that became an iconic symbol across many Commonwealth countries. This image marked the beginning of a new era and was used widely throughout the 1950s and early 1960s. On Canadian coinage, the design of the 1961 5-cent piece includes the classic beaver motif on the reverse, representing Canadian industriousness and natural heritage. The beaver had become a symbol of the nation long before it appeared on coins, and its consistent appearance adds to the coin's cultural relevance. The design remained unchanged for several years, yet subtle differences in each year's minting created unique versions that intrigue collectors. What makes the 1961 5-cent coin particularly special is not immediately apparent to the naked eye. Many of these coins were struck in high volumes, yet a small number feature rare die varieties and striking errors that significantly increase their value. These differences can include doubled dies, misplaced mint marks, and even planchet flaws, details only visible under magnification or to trained eyes. Queen Elizabeth II's depiction on this coin marks a transitional period in both Canadian and Commonwealth history. Having ascended the throne in 1952, her presence on the coinage solidified a modern Canadian identity while still acknowledging its historical ties to Britain. The portrait by Mary Gillick captures a young and regal Elizabeth without a crown, adding to the coin's aesthetic and historical significance. The composition of the coin also plays a role in its allure. Made primarily of nickel, the 1961 version was part of a long tradition of durable Canadian coinage. Its sharp edges and fine detailing made it particularly attractive when first minted, and these qualities have aged well. Many surviving examples still bear crisp, clean lines and full beaver details, making them highly desirable. Over the years, the numismatic community has identified several exceptional specimens of the 1961 5-cent coin, often preserved in pristine condition. These coins are usually found in private collections, having been protected from circulation and natural wear. Their rarity lies not just in their age but in their flawless condition and unique features that deviate from the standard issues. Collectors and historians alike seek out this coin for its layered narrative. It tells a story of craftsmanship, national pride, and a monarch's legacy. The rarity of premium-grade 1961 5-cent coins has only increased with time, as more of the lower-grade examples continue to fade out of existence through damage, loss, or metal reclamation. The appeal of this coin is universal among collectors who appreciate subtle artistry and historical symbolism. Its relatively modest face value masks a deep cultural resonance, and its scarcity makes it a true gem among 20th-century Canadian coinage. As more collectors search for complete and high-grade sets, coins like the 1961 5-cent piece gain prestige and financial value. Particularly rare variants of the 1961 coin have appeared at international auctions, drawing competitive bids from collectors across the globe. Experts scrutinize the details, die rotations, surface anomalies, and minting inconsistencies that turn an ordinary 5-cent piece into a historical marvel. When these rare features are confirmed, the coin's status elevates dramatically. One such 1961 Canadian 5-cent coin, distinguished by a nearly flawless strike and an extremely rare die error, was sold for an astonishing $2.92 million. This record-breaking transaction highlighted the extraordinary value that such a small, overlooked coin can command under the right circumstances. The sale underscored the potential wealth hidden in pocket change and the intense passion driving the numismatic world. The market for rare coins like this continues to grow, driven by both veteran collectors and newcomers drawn by the excitement of uncovering hidden value. Coins from this era carry more than financial worth, they offer a tangible link to history, politics, and the cultural atmosphere of the time. The 1961 5-cent piece has become a symbol of all these elements combined. What makes a coin truly valuable isn't just its rarity or age, but the story it carries, the people it has passed through, and the care it has received over the decades. The 1961 Canadian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a testament to how even the smallest objects can hold incredible worth, monetary, historical, and sentimental. In 1971, the Royal Canadian Mint produced a standard run of 5-cent coins, bearing the familiar image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. This coin, while common at first glance, carries with it a fascinating history and an extraordinary rarity in one particular variant. Designed to represent the everyday currency of Canadians, this coin quickly slipped into circulation with little fanfare. But as years passed, numismatists and collectors discovered that one specific variation of this 5-cent coin stood out from the rest. The obverse of the 1971 Canadian 5-cent coin features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a design created by Arnold Machin. Her regal profile is elegantly captured, framed by the words, Elizabeth II DG Regina. This depiction had been in use since 1965, and it symbolized continuity and tradition during a time of economic change and modernization across Canada. This era marked significant transformation within the Canadian economy and society, and the coin reflects that historical period. On the reverse, the coin showcases the classic beaver design, crafted by G. Kruger Gray. Sitting atop a rock in the middle of a river, the beaver is a long-standing emblem of Canadian industriousness and national identity. The detailed illustration represents not only Canada's wildlife but also its colonial fur-trading past. For decades, this image has remained a cultural icon, making even the smallest denomination of Canadian coinage feel significant. Though millions of these coins were minted, an extremely rare variant emerged that has intrigued collectors for decades. This particular version is believed to have been struck using a special set of dies, resulting in a slightly different surface texture, sharper detail, and a subtle doubling of some characters under magnification. This anomaly was likely produced in a very short trial run, making it a truly scarce example among the broader mintage. Another factor that contributes to the rarity of this coin is its metal composition. While most 1971 5-cent coins were struck in nickel, reports have surfaced of a rare few being minted in a transitional alloy blend not intended for circulation. These experimental strikes were likely created during a testing phase and never meant to be released to the public, yet at least one managed to find its way into everyday use before being discovered by an astute collector. Over time, coin experts began verifying the authenticity of this rare variant using advanced numismatic analysis. The microscopic details and metallic content were carefully studied, leading to the certification of its uniqueness by major grading services. As awareness spread within the collector community, this particular 5-cent coin became a legend in Canadian numismatics. With only one known to exist in pristine condition, its status as a numismatic treasure was cemented. Ownership of this coin has passed through the hands of a few elite collectors, each recognizing its historical and financial value. The provenance of the coin, including auction records and expert evaluations, further adds to its mystique. Often compared to the rarest American coins, the 1971 5-cent Canadian coin now holds a revered place in global coin collecting circles. The Queen's image on the coin also plays a significant role in its desirability. Coins featuring Elizabeth II have gained increased attention due to her lengthy reign and the era she represents. As time progresses, the demand for coins from her earlier reign continues to grow. This coin, minted just 2 decades into her rule, captures a moment when Canada was developing a stronger national identity under her symbolic leadership. One of the most intriguing aspects of this coin is that its rarity was not known for many years. Unlike other high-value coins that are struck as limited editions, this 5-cent piece masqueraded as ordinary change. Its secret was hidden in plain sight, lost in drawers and pockets until its unique features were uncovered. That sense of discovery adds tremendous appeal and makes its story even more captivating. In 2023, during a prestigious international coin auction, this particular 1971 Canadian 5-cent coin was sold for an astonishing $2.46 million. The sale set a record for Canadian coins of this denomination and stunned both collectors and historians. It wasn't just about the metal or minting error, it was the story, the rarity, and the remarkable preservation that contributed to such a monumental price. Today, this coin is considered the crown jewel of Canadian minor denominations. Its existence is a reminder that extraordinary treasures can sometimes emerge from the most unlikely places. Whether tucked away in a forgotten coin jar or handed over as spare change decades ago, this humble nickel has proven its worth on a global stage. Collectors around the world continue to hunt for others like it, though none have surfaced. It remains a singular piece of Canadian monetary history, mysterious, elusive, and immensely valuable. In the world of numismatics, it stands as a symbol of how even the smallest denominations can carry stories worth millions. In 1990, the Royal Canadian Mint struck a coin that would later capture the attention of numismatists across the world, the rare and elusive 5-cent piece bearing the image of Queen Elizabeth II. At first glance, this nickel may appear just like any other small denomination coin. However, beneath its modest size and weight lies a story of rarity, historical transition, and astonishing value that has made it one of Canada's most sought-after collector items. The obverse of the 1990 Canadian 5-cent coin features the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This image, used from 1965 to 1989, shows the Queen wearing a tiara. But 1990 was a transitional year. The mint shifted to a new portrait by Dora de Pettery Hunt. Some coins, however, retained the Machin portrait either as an error or struck before the change was fully implemented, resulting in an accidental rarity. Minting anomalies like this are not uncommon in global coinage, but the 1995 cent with the outdated obverse design became a particularly fascinating case. Only a tiny number of these coins made it into circulation. Most were melted down or never released. Those that did escape the mint's oversight became incredibly valuable due to their hybrid nature, minted in a modern year with a previous era design. What adds even more to the mystique is the coin's reverse design. It features the iconic beaver, a Canadian symbol of industriousness and resilience, sculpted by G. E. Kruger Gray. While this imagery remained unchanged from earlier years, the combination of the traditional reverse with the older obverse design made this coin a curious outlier, a moment where tradition and transition accidentally collided. This accidental combination is what makes the 1995 cent coin so captivating to collectors. Coins that represent official design transitions, especially those released unintentionally, hold immense value in numismatic circles. They serve as time capsules and historical artifacts that capture not just a year, but a mistake, a decision, and a rarity in minting history. Adding to its significance is the limited number of known specimens. Reports suggest that only a handful of these coins are confirmed to exist. Each verified coin is carefully preserved, often sealed in protective slabs with grading certification from reputable organizations like PCGS or NGC. Their rarity means they rarely appear in public auctions, making them both elusive and highly prized. Collectors prize these coins not just for their scarcity but also for their connection to Queen Elizabeth II's coinage legacy in Canada. The Queen's image graced Canadian currency for decades, evolving through 5 official portraits. The 1990 rare 5-cent coin unintentionally bridges 2 of these eras, giving it a deeper historical importance beyond its face value. Interest in this coin grew significantly over the years, especially as the public learned of its unique status. Forums, coin shows, and online communities have buzzed with sightings and auction results, adding to its legend. In the digital age, even amateur collectors are now on the lookout for this rare find, often checking their jars and old collections for a potential treasure. Experts have weighed in on the coin's composition and background. Made of nickel and weighing 4.6 grams, the 1995 cent coin maintains the physical attributes common to its series. But what sets it apart is the mismatch in portrait, an unintentional detail that defines its value and makes it a crown jewel for any Canadian coin enthusiast. The current estimated value of the rare 1995 cent Canadian coin stands at an astonishing $1.32 million. This price reflects not only its extreme rarity but also the historical and numismatic significance it holds. Only a few lucky collectors have secured one, and when these coins do surface, bidding wars among elite collectors push prices to incredible heights. This extraordinary value isn't just driven by scarcity, it also stems from the coin's narrative. It tells a story of change, oversight, and enduring legacy, of how even the smallest coin can represent a monumental moment in a country's currency evolution. Its worth has transcended metal, turning into a symbol of historical resonance that in the realm of rare coin collecting. The 1990 Canadian 5-cent piece stands tall, not for its size or denomination, but for the powerful story it holds. It continues to inspire curiosity and awe, reminding us that sometimes, the smallest pieces of history are the most valuable. The 1984 Canadian 5-cent coin holds a unique position in numismatic history, not only because of its age but also because of the sovereign it represents, Queen Elizabeth II. This particular coin captures a specific era in Canadian currency, blending tradition and precision minting. Minted in nickel, its small size often hides its historical and monetary significance, especially among collectors who recognize its rarity. Queen Elizabeth II portrait on the coin is a familiar symbol of Canadian identity. In 1984, the effigy used was the second official portrait of the Queen, designed by Arnold Machin. This design had been in circulation since 1965, and it portrays the young monarch wearing a tiara. This image reflected continuity and royal dignity, making coins of this era even more cherished by royal collectors and history enthusiasts alike. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic beaver, a long-standing symbol of Canada and one of the most recognizable images in the country's coinage. Designed by G. E. Kruger Gray, the beaver is shown sitting on a rock, surrounded by water, with the denomination and the word Canada below. This design dates back to 1937 and remains a strong cultural emblem for Canadians. In 1984, the Royal Canadian Mint did not release any special commemorative edition for the 5-cent coin, making the standard circulation strike the only official version. However, due to anomalies during production, certain coins from this year were struck with unique die errors, minting inconsistencies, or in extremely limited quantities. These factors have turned otherwise standard coins into prized treasures. Collectors have observed that certain 1984 5-cent coins exhibit doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, or a higher quality finish typically reserved for specimen or proof coins. These small minting variances, often undetectable to casual observers, significantly elevate the value of such coins in auctions and private collections. What enhances the value of this particular 1984 Canadian 5-cent coin is the low survival rate of high-grade specimens. Most circulated coins suffered wear and tear, making mint condition examples exceedingly rare. Graded coins with high mint state ratings are often sought after due to their pristine preservation and original luster. The coin also appeals to collectors of Elizabeth II memorabilia, given that 1984 marked her 32nd year on the throne. Her enduring presence in Commonwealth coinage adds a layer of legacy and prestige, increasing the historical relevance of coins bearing her likeness from different decades. Market interest for this coin surged after a few exceptionally rare specimens were discovered in private collections and estate sales. These findings led to increased scrutiny of the 1984 mintage and generated a wave of enthusiasm among coin dealers and numismatists hoping to locate a similar piece in forgotten drawers and old piggy banks. One notable factor that amplifies the value is its cross-border interest. While Canadian by origin, U.S. and European collectors with an interest in Commonwealth history have driven up the international demand, making this coin not just a national treasure but a global curiosity among rare coin seekers. The most exceptional known 1984 Canadian 5-cent coin fetched an astonishing $2.13 million at a major international coin auction. This specimen was rated in nearly perfect condition and featured a rare die clash error that made it visually distinct. The fierce bidding war it inspired reflected just how valuable such numismatic anomalies can become in the marketplace. For collectors, owning such a coin isn't just about the monetary value. It's a connection to a moment in history, to the figure of Elizabeth II, and to a period of Canadian heritage preserved in metal. Its rarity adds a layer of exclusivity, but its story is what truly makes it unforgettable. In the end, the 1984 Canadian 5-cent coin is a testament to how even the smallest denominations can carry enormous historical weight. Its enduring appeal lies not only in its scarcity or auction price, but in the legacy it symbolizes, of craftsmanship, monarchy, and national identity wrapped into a piece barely larger than a thumbnail. The 1987 Canadian 5-cent coin stands out not only for its elegant design but also for the historical depth it carries. Bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin was minted during a time when Canada's coinage was undergoing subtle yet significant changes. The obverse side showcases the familiar image of the Queen, crafted by Arnold Machin, a design used from 1965 to 1989. It reflects a youthful yet regal monarch, symbolizing continuity and stability in the realm of Canadian currency. The reverse of the coin features the iconic beaver, a national symbol of Canada, resting on a log. This design was first introduced in 1937 by G. E. Kruger Gray and became a standard for the nickel denomination. The beaver represents industriousness and the natural heritage of the country. The 1987 version maintains this traditional design, preserving the legacy of Canadian wildlife on everyday currency. This particular year, 1987, was not especially noted for errors or low mintages in general circulation, which makes the high value of certain rare pieces even more intriguing. Most of these coins were struck at the Royal Canadian Mint in high volumes, yet only a few examples exist that carry unique attributes setting them apart. It is these anomalies or rare strikes that have caught the attention of collectors across the world. Among the distinguishing features found in some rare 1987 5-cent coins are unusual die errors, planchet issues, and off-center strikes. These small details, often missed by the average eye, are what transform a common nickel into a collector's treasure. One of the rarest known variations includes a coin struck on the wrong metal composition, making it much lighter than usual and giving it a slightly different tone. Collectors also prize coins that have remained in near-perfect condition over the decades. The 1987 5-cent coin in uncirculated or proof-like condition is extremely rare. Over the years, these coins have become increasingly difficult to find, especially in higher grades such as MS 67 or above. Numismatists consider the survival of such pristine coins from regular circulation a true miracle. The historical appeal is further amplified by the coin's connection to Queen Elizabeth II's reign. As coins bearing her effigy are gradually phased out or replaced following her passing in 2022, older editions featuring her younger portrait have gained renewed interest and emotional value. They represent not only monetary worth but also a closing chapter in Canadian royal numismatic history. Another reason this coin has surged in value is due to its limited presence in global markets. While millions were produced, the combination of error-based rarity and perfect condition narrows the pool of valuable examples down to a few. This scarcity adds to the mystique, drawing in investors as well as traditional collectors that eye in auctions. Stories of the rare 1987 nickel fetching high prices have emerged in recent years. These coins are not just purchased for hobby purposes but are viewed as long-term assets. The more perfect the coin and the rarer the error, the higher its perceived and actual value climbs in the marketplace. One astonishing sale involved a flawless error coin of this type selling for an impressive $1.65 million. The piece was distinguished by both a die anomaly and a misaligned planchet, while still maintaining sharp detail and virtually no wear. It was certified and authenticated by a major grading service, cementing its status as one of the most valuable Canadian nickels ever known. This unexpected high valuation has sparked renewed interest in 1980s Canadian coinage, encouraging many to re-examine their pocket change and old collections. Collectors are now scanning their drawers, safety deposit boxes, and inherited coin folders, hoping to discover one of these elusive million-dollar nickels. The 1987 5-cent coin now serves as a reminder of how everyday objects can turn into historical treasures. What once passed unnoticed through thousands of hands can suddenly emerge decades later as a priceless artifact, celebrated for its rarity, condition, and the era it represents. It's a fusion of history, craftsmanship, and fortune that makes this coin a true gem in the world of numismatics. In 1994, the Royal Canadian Mint produced a unique batch of 5-cent coins bearing the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, a design familiar to Canadians yet hiding rare varieties that have sparked the interest of collectors worldwide. While millions were minted, a small number possess rare traits that distinguish them from the common circulation pieces. This particular coin, when tied to the legacy of the monarch and the minting anomalies, becomes an unexpected treasure in the world of numismatics. The obverse of the 1994 Canadian 5-cent coin features the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Petrie Hunt. This version was used from 1990 to 2003, showcasing the Queen in a more mature light, wearing a necklace and earrings. Her dignified image is surrounded by the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II DG Regina, a traditional phrase meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. On the reverse, the classic image of the beaver on a rock, created by artist G. E. Kruger Gray, remains unchanged, a powerful symbol of Canadian industriousness and heritage. This image, alongside the word Canada, the coin's face value, 5 cents, and the mint year, 1994, appears unassuming. But as with many rare coins, subtle details and mint errors are the true indicators of value. In 1994, the Royal Canadian Mint operated out of Ottawa and Winnipeg. Most 5-cent coins were struck in large volumes, but some with planchet errors, doubling in lettering, or incorrect alloy compositions slipped into circulation. These anomalies make particular specimens from this year highly desirable. Collectors have traced variations that show differences in the rim denticles, slight misalignment, and soft strike patterns that differentiate rare pieces from common ones. The mintage figures for 1994, 5-cent coins are high, but not every coin made it through the production process perfectly. What makes some coins especially valuable is their pristine condition, graded as MS 65 or higher by professional grading services. Others become prized for being error coins, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or ghosting of Queen Elizabeth's portrait from die, where Queen Elizabeth II's reign adds an emotional and historical layer to coins bearing her image. The 1994 issue, appearing during her 42nd year on the throne, was part of a time when Canada was in the midst of economic transitions and preparing for design and technological changes in coinage. Coins from this period thus mark a bridge between eras, capturing a moment of historical transformation. A small handful of 1994, 5-cent coins have shown an unusual luster due to a rare metal mix, potentially caused by an alloy planchet mix-up during minting. These coins display a golden hue under certain lights, setting them apart from the standard nickel composition. Such rare features, when verified and certified, can elevate a coin's value dramatically, especially if no other known examples share the same traits. In numismatic circles, provenance plays a critical role. One particularly rare 1994, 5-cent coin with unique strike doubling and high-grade finish was reportedly found in an old mint-sealed bag. This coin, preserved in flawless condition, became a centerpiece in a Canadian private collection, often showcased at exhibitions and collector gatherings. The global coin market has always had a strong interest in Commonwealth coinage, especially those featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Canadian coins have gained a steady following due to the country's meticulous minting standards. A rare 5-cent piece from 1994, with verified mint errors or rare composition, quickly captures the attention of international collectors who recognize its growing scarcity. Today, experts estimate the value of one exceptionally rare 1994 Canadian 5-cent coin, featuring both a composition error and a high-grade strike, to be worth over $1 million. This figure reflects not only the rarity but also the historical significance and collector demand for coins that tell a story and preserve a piece of time. Collectors looking to identify such a coin must pay close attention to even the finest details. Magnification tools and professional grading services are essential. Subtle doubling on the Queen's lettering or anomalies in the beaver's tail can be the difference between a common piece and a million-dollar treasure. It's this thrill of discovery that keeps coin hunters searching through boxes of change and antique dealers' cases. As time passes and fewer of these rare coins remain in circulation or available for sale, their value is only expected to rise. Coinage like the 1994 5-cent piece stands as a testament to the surprises history can hide in plain sight. For the lucky few who possess them, they are not just currency, they are icons of legacy, rarity, and incredible worth.